Hey guys, this is Travis and Kyle with Beyond Bipolar blog. We talk about meds, mental health, psychiatry, therapy, and the like. So thanks for being with us here today.
Just hit 400 subscribers.
Congratulations. I mean 400 subscribers.
Yep, 400 subscribers.
So right now we're going to talk another serious topic about what's going on with my brother. I feel like lately things have not been going well because he's been waking up at night having intense suicidal ideations that he was looking up how to hang himself with a belt. So I'm going to let him talk about it and maybe I'll ask some questions along the way. So go ahead, Travis.
I don't know, the last couple days I've been experiencing intense SI when I wake up at 4 in the morning. I'm already really exhausted, and however, I feel like I have to get up and do something because else I just end up wanting to hurt myself. And you know, I was walking back and forth and just getting coffee ready, but I held the belt in my hand thinking, what should I do? I don't know how to do this. How do people do it? How did Robin Williams commit suicide? Okay, before I even go to that, this is a trigger warning. I'm going to post a caption in front of this because I want people to know that, you know, this could trigger some people. Anyways, I was looking how Robin Williams committed suicide. I won't go into detail because, you know, I feel like people actually might do it on this channel. However, you know, if it got that bad, I knew something was wrong. So decided up the Seroquel again, and it's sad to say it's only been 2 months since I tried Seroquel for the lowest dose at 25, and I'm already creeping up to 50. And lo and behold, if 2 months keep happening where I'm experiencing these intense SI at 4 in the morning, well, I'm going to be exhausted on the highest dose of Seroquel, and I'm already on the highest dose of Latuda, so I'm a little bit concerned. And when I was in the hospital Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, he suggested either Seroquel or Lithium. So Lithium was a huge weight gainer, so I'm really reluctant because I know, although he stated it doesn't happen, I feel like with sweating, you have to be wary of it because it can increase the body's lack of water in the body, and it can increase salt intake, which is really poisonous to the body. Lithium and Depakote are salts. They're both stabilizers. And for a while, the lithium did work for the SI. However, anyways, I was contemplating suicide that day. And if it wasn't for my brother thinking about him, I probably would have been close to it. And it kind of sucks because
I'm usually sleeping by then.
Because, you know, I don't want to bother Kyle and Dad, but if I don't talk to someone, and I actually refused to do it on Facebook posts because I knew 4 cops would show up again. I didn't want that, so I ended up talking to 2 people very early in the morning. I just said, hey, I'm not feeling that. I just said, hey, how are you doing? And they thought they were concerned, but anyways, I'll go to that to a different topic. But yeah, I think it was, you know what day that was? Was it Wednesday or Thursday? So Thursday was a horrible day, and
you didn't even want to go to the gym.
Oh yeah, so I didn't even go to the gym because that's the experience I was experiencing.
So that's before you took the meds, or what? You took more? Explain those.
So I was on Seroquel, but I did a few changes actually. So originally I was taking Seroquel 25 milligrams at night and 90 milligrams of Zymbalta, which is the antidepressant, at night. But then I would still wound up having this intense SI at like 4 in the morning. So what I did was increase Seroquel to 50 milligrams, Zymbalta 60 milligrams in the morning and 30 milligrams at night. I feel like that has helped immensely to stop me from waking up with SI. Still wake up, but after that I take it right away at 4 a.m., my morning meds, and that has helped quite a bit. It just kind of sucks because the psychiatrist stated that it doesn't matter if you take the meds at in the morning or night because it builds up over time and it's not going to make a difference. But for me, I feel like taking the meds at a certain amount of times do and definitely make a difference.
So how do we know this is not like an addiction or withdrawal from coffee or from your other meds, or maybe, what do they call it? You get used to the meds, the tolerance. Explain that.
Well, I feel it is.
You sure it's not coffee?
It's not coffee. How can it be coffee?
Because you haven't drank it yet and you need it?
Nah, I don't think it's an addiction to coffee.
It's not akathisia either?
It's not akathisia. It's just horrible SI where I want to commit suicide. And, you know, I think about that all the time. Like, what am I living for? I don't have kids. I'm not married. I'm not really in a high-end job.
But here's a reality. People still kill themselves even when they had those, like Chris Cornell and Lincoln Park, Chester Bennington.
That's true too.
So they had everything in the world. That still didn't stop them from committing suicide.
Yeah, what's stopping me isn't that. What's stopping me is the fact that you're around me and you're alive, and I feel like if I end my life, even though it really, really sucks sometimes, that you're gonna end up taking
What about
their
dad?
life too. Yeah, no dad wants to bury their kid. So, but you're the one reason why I don't do it.
That's why I'm a special case.
I don't think I mentioned that to people. Like, if it wasn't for my twin, I probably might have contemplated taking my life a lot more often. Actually, probably would have considered doing it. So, man, family or friends or someone you can rely on is very, very important.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I actually think having a social aspect is more important than anything else.
It's so important to have a good, healthy, social environment that...
But it's hard when you're bipolar. You get toxic. No one wants to be around you, though.
That's true. Actually, someone mentioned to me that it's not good for me to say I'm suicidal because it's only pushing people away. She said she pushed her mom away, but...
Who said this? I don't know if
I don't
that's
want to
true.
mention it because she told me to not. She doesn't want to be known that she has it.
I don't know if that's a good idea. So here's another thing that I butt heads with Dad. He believes to keep it in the family, but sometimes the family ain't enough. What am I working and he's not and I'm not at home? Then what? He's got a bitch to somewhere outline. So we want to talk about another cat woman. I don't remember her name. Maybe that's probably good because I don't know if she wants us blasted out there in the family. But anyway, she's adopted daughter of a popular politician here in Minnesota, and my dad just shared me a message that she ended up dying and passed away. And I read the obituary, and it looks like she was bipolar and struggled with suicidal issues. And now I think about my brother because I felt like that was the same way. And with the logic of keeping it in and not telling anyone, I think that's the biggest incorrect, wrong way to tell someone. If Travis is suicidal and he needs help, I think the only way is to say it on Facebook. Granted, I mean, if you're really in a not in a dire situation, yeah, but if you're really in a dire situation, you got to do something, even if it's bitch.
You know, I feel like...
What do you think?
I feel like...
Do you think keeping the family is...
Talking to someone about it is way more important than just holding it in and taking that deed that no one wants you to do.
Yeah, but even Facebook banned you now, so now what?
I think the biggest problem now is that they won't even allow me to... I think the biggest issue is that I was explaining how I was looking at how Robin Williams committed suicide, and they thought it wasn't safe for Facebook, so that's why they banned me for 24 hours. So anyways, I don't know, I'm doing better. Said before, I was banned 24 hours, Facebook jail, but I'm back.
And you don't have any other ideas of what's causing the suicidality or what we can talk about?
There is no rhyme or reason. My whole day's fine from when I wake up at like 9 or 10 to like when I sleep from 9 to 10. It just, that 4 a.m. is really, really hard on me because I wake up kind of in a really bad mood. I might have a nightmare here and there, and just a horrible feeling, guys. Well, this is probably worse than the last time when I was in... When I first streamed Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, this was actually worse. So, because I actually didn't hold the belt, I actually didn't contemplate, I actually didn't look up how to hang myself. This time I did. So, I guess I won't lie, I have a kind of idea how Robin Williams did it, but I don't know how it can be done, which is probably a good thing, because, you know, if I ever knew how it's done, I might want to try it, and that's something I don't think is worth it in the end. And the good thing is, this time I wasn't bitching about a relationship.
That's not good, because you said you're still feeling worse, so something's still going on.
Well, I can tell you it's not lack of a relationship. It's not lack of family. It's not lack of what I'm doing with my day.
So I guess all you can do is just laugh about it. And so I put on an angel wings and wore underwear and I made a joke, and I held all these sex objects, a dildo, a weenie thing, and handcuffs. I don't know what happened to the big dildo. I mean, I held a vibrator, and someone says, no wonder why you can't get a girlfriend. But man, when you're dealing with this shit, you gotta fucking joke about something. That's my opinion.
Kyle's actually
Until you actually can find a way to cure my brother's brain, then maybe I'll shape up and care about what I post out there. But when it affects me, I got to do something too. So that's who I am. I don't know what Travis thinks about this suicide funny.
I hate to say it, Kyle is for sure frustrated and sick of it. But not sure what I could tell him. I mean, if I'm feeling like shit, I don't know what to do besides
it's better to be honest and bitch about it. So, I don't know. I think if that girl, because that guy had a politician, so imagine this, he's a politician, he has a reputation to live for, unlike my brother and I, we have no reputation, we don't give a shit. And I guess there's kind of my what do you call it,
conclusion?
Chip on my shoulder, that I don't really give a shit. It's not fixing the problem, so who cares? But in the end, I feel like talking it out is really important. It doesn't matter about reputation. I'd rather see a damaged reputation and see my loved one bitch and maybe someone else could talk to him than him being dead. So
what's really messed up is I often joke about death.
We joke about everything.
I joke about the fact that I was hospitalized Christmas and Christmas Eve. My sister and mom were wondering that's not funny. And I laughed too. Like the day after, I told mom I didn't want to talk to her because that's what it's gonna feel like when I'm gone. So
what did mom say then?
She just said, "I know you're kidding." I said it in a text message. I don't know if you.
That was recent.
Yeah, it was like Friday when I took the meds and stuff.
Yeah, but I thought mom called dad.
You did call dad.
What did mom say to dad?
Dad just thought, do I need to talk to her? I don't know.
That's the thing. Travis doesn't even want to talk to anyone after the day, though. So I
didn't even want to talk to a goddamn freaking
therapist.
I didn't even want.
She reached out to him.
You know, she did reach out to me. I didn't want to talk to her.
We have her on Facebook.
Because it has nothing to do with therapy. Therapy doesn't help. In the end, it's just a med adjustment. That's the only thing that helps. And
yeah, but is that good logic to tell people that should you promote people should kill themselves? So.
Nah, I don't promote it, but you gotta you gotta joke about something and, instead of being bitter about it. And that's kind of my lifestyle. I have really dark humor, which a lot of people don't get and probably don't think it's funny.
So what's your opinion on that girl that committed suicide and why? What did you feel about it when Dad first told you? Or you didn't care?
If she had close friends or close to her family, she probably would have never done it.
But it sounds like she had close. Well, I don't know, never to say. So there's someone that claims that bipolar and mental health illness is caused by the family that you're with. Do you feel like that's true, or do you feel like it's just your genetics?
Maybe both, guys. Especially those that had trauma of adoption, they have a tendency to blame the adopted family, especially if they're horrible to them or do something really bad. And that can be something that triggers a lot of their emotions present day. Could be PTSD. However, for those that have a decent experience with their family, they're more likely to be pro-adoption. So, it's kind of a win-win, lose-lose situation. Some people were dealt better cards, others weren't. And I'm not trying to degrade your opinion. I won't lash on one or the other. It's just, guys.
So, since you're living this experience, now we need to do something positive. And what do you think someone should do when they're holding a belt and looking stuff up? What would you do?
This is what I did to fix it. I took Ingrezza because I knew it knocked me out.
Though?
Ingrezza is the tick med. I took Seroquel, added another dose. I knew that would knock me out. And I took Visceral or hydroxyzine, which I knew would. But it knocked me out for a good 15, 16 hours. I didn't even go to the gym because I just felt like I didn't want to do anything. But that's not doing anything is a lot better than wanting to commit suicide.
Yeah,
Taking a day break is probably better than ending
you did
your
do
life.
that.
And that's what I did that whole day.
You didn't even go to the gym. So that's a good what do you call it? Not a solution, but a good treatment plan or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, this has been an ongoing issue, so just because it seems like we seem normal now, it's still happening, probably since last November. It's frustrating for me, and I'm sure it's frustrating for Travis. He just wants to feel better.
How do you manage it when you're just frustrated like that, though?
I just do funny shit, and then I got kind of annoyed because he thinks he doesn't like my sense of humor. What the fuck can you do, man?
You mean dad or mom? Or who? Me?
No.
Who?
An adoptee. You see, this is why we don't have a girlfriend. But man, do I give a shit about having a girlfriend? No, I care about fixing his goddamn brain and maybe my goddamn dad's back. Otherwise, I'm gonna make the most vile, ridiculous sense of humor because I'm actually pissed about it because I don't know what other options. We're just gonna have to live with it. I probably got my own issues too because it's really difficult on me, and someone says I'm not my father's keeper or my brother's keeper, but in the end, I don't know. Something has to give. Something has to happen.
That hesitation, really, it was because I didn't know how to hang myself. I didn't know how to do it. That's the whole reason why I looked it up. But, you know, I still don't know how to do it. And to be honest with you guys, I don't know. Don't do something stupid, guys. Don't hang yourself. Don't commit suicide. Don't do some bad addiction. Just, you know, try to focus on taking your medications. Try something different.
So do you feel like the problem is actually you're having tolerance towards the Seroquel, which stops the suicidal ideation?
Most likely, I've already developed
So
tolerance.
it's not any trauma that you're experiencing, or is it trauma?
There is no difference. It's just like...
No, are you having trauma because is the suicidality caused by trauma, or do you think it's actually just caused by your brain chemistry? Or whatever meds you're on, or whatever you're doing, eating,
the thing I think it is...
Well, yeah, what is
that
it?
the half-life of the antidepressant, the Cymbalta, only lasts for a particular amount of time.
You didn't take Cymbalta, though.
Yeah, I did.
No, you took Seroquel. You said that prevents ideation.
But I thought you were asking why I had it.
Yeah, for both.
Yeah, because I told you that I was taking 90 milligrams of Cymbalta in the morning.
Why didn't you take that in the morning?
Because that's what the psychiatrist said when I was in the hospital.
Why didn't you, though?
I did.
Oh, so that's what stopped the suicide ideation. So you said the Seroquel was the one that
that's
stopped.
what caused it.
Oh, the Cymbalta was caused it.
Yeah, because...
But you're not on it anymore, though.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
So how do you know it's not a med that's causing it now?
It is the med because the half-life
So why are you continuing to take something that's making you have suicidality?
It's not having... It's the lack that it's not enough.
So you need more.
You can't have more. You can only go to 120. I'm at 90.
Who cares? Just take more. Can you or no? Can you?
Could, but I'm still going to develop tolerance. That's why I keep it down a little bit lower than 120. So the issue I think is happening is when I take it all in the morning is that the half-life loses its effectiveness, and then lo and behold, when it's 4 a.m., I get suicidal because it's no longer in my body.
Do you think?
So what I did was take Cymbalta 60 in the morning and 30 at night again.
So do you
I feel that helps? And if I can't sleep, I just take my morning meds at 4 and go back to bed, and things are okay.
So do we have to? Do you think that you might require hospitalization if this continues?
Fuck no, I don't want to go to the hospital again because if all I need, and I gotta trust myself when it comes to med change. If I know what I'm doing or I'm trying, it's gonna be no different in the hospital. I might give the advice and I end up doing it anyway. So the hospital Christmas Eve and Christmas Day could have been avoided. The hospital and the hospital Christmas Eve and Christmas Day could have been avoided if I just trust myself and up my Seroquel anyway, or took the Seroquel regardless, because that's ended up what happening. I have this gut feeling that if I try something increased that it would help, and in the end it did. And I don't have to waste my couple days going to the freaking hospital. And it's so hard when you already take your medication, or 4 in the morning you feel like shit. You don't want to spend like hours on end talking to a support network like 1-800 their suicide hotline or text. I just don't want to do that. I was so tired. It was just so suicidal, but still I didn't want to spend my time doing it. I might promote guys to say text, call the suicide hotline, but most people don't want to do that. You just want to get rid of the pain quick and easy. However...
So do you feel like you value your life or you don't value your life? And what is your message now?
I value my life, but guys, if you're having suicidal thoughts, don't pressure yourself to do the bad thing, because you might actually do it. I didn't even go further than looking out how Robin Williams did.
But you said you're already holding a belt, though.
I was holding a belt, examining it, and held it in my hand, and was thinking this is what I wanted to do. But what stopped me was the fact that I just know that it's really not going to be good for the family, especially you.
Okay, so now I'm going to bring up another...
That hesitation, like I said in the previous video, is really important.
So there's another girl that was in the news. The reporter was actually crying that there's a daughter that was supposedly happy. I think she was a swimmer or a soccer player, but anyway, she ended up committing suicide. And what the family said is some people deal with mental health issues in different ways. Some like to talk about it, some don't even want to talk at all. But the thing is, the people that do talk about it could serve as a beacon of hope and light and strength for others that aren't ready to talk about it. So right now, this is a very important topic. We're really glad that we're talking about that. Maybe we should, but in the end, until this fucking thing's solved, then maybe I won't have this chip on my shoulder, and maybe we can live normal lives. But anyway, I say speak out, speak your mind, don't kill yourself, try to live. Even if it's on Facebook and the cops come to you, it's better to do that than anything else, because otherwise I don't know any of the options. That's why I want to have this topic with Travis.
The best thing you do is be kind to yourself. What Ellen DeGeneres said, because if you judge yourself too much, you might take your life, and the woes are there and everything. And yeah, I contemplate it, guys. I really contemplate. I really do want to end my life sometimes, especially at these early times. But what stops me is the fact that I know there's a solution. I always believe that there's hope, and that's what you need is hope. Hope, desire, the will to live.
All right, so now talk about one last. So what is your maybe 1 or 3 things for advice for people that are suicidal right now and experience the same thing? What would you tell them if they were you?
Number 1, if you're experiencing suicidal ideation, the one thing you can do is, I think the biggest thing you can do is get up, try to distract yourself. Don't do bad habits like alcohol, drugs, cutting, or some type of an addiction like gambling online. Don't do that. But the best thing you can do is make a cup of coffee, turn on the TV, pace in circles, go on your computer, whatever. Like my therapist thought it was a bad idea to go on the computer, but for me it keeps me distracted. Do anything to keep you distracted. That's what's most important. If you can't, rely on your medication. Anti-anxiety like benzos, even though it might not be good for you at that time, it could be good for you. If you can somehow take an additional dose, even though you can't contact your psychiatrist right away, I would recommend increasing it the next highest dose if you can cut it in half. And if you can't, you're going to have to just urge surf it like in DBT, and that may not always work. So I had the belt in my hand. I really wanted to contemplate it. I was looking it up, but what stopped me was my thought process, the hesitation, like I said, is
what do you
very,
say
very
to yourself, though? You need to be specific, I feel like. Or maybe you weren't aware of it. You're obviously me.
Deep down, I don't want to die in the end. I don't want to die. It's just the pain is so bad that what causes me to think that way that I do want to die.
But something stopped you. Fear.
Fear.
What do you need to tell?
You.
So you need to be afraid. You need to be afraid, guys, right?
Be fearful of dying. That's what stops me. Be fearful of going to hell. Be fearful that you're going to have regrets of other people that weigh on you. May not feel it. You may not even go to heaven or hell. You may not even be alive to have this ego or the spirit that rolls on.
So
but the family that you will affect will and should stop you from doing this. No matter how tough it is, no matter how bad your SI is, no matter how much you're at the point where you're triggered, where you want to end your life, hesitation, fear is your friend here.
I actually think hesitation and fear is probably better than actually thinking about your loved ones, don't you think? Or no?
They can go hand in hand in a way, because I'm fearful to die, and I'm fearful of the fact that you might commit suicide.
That's still fear, though.
Yeah, it's still fear, but
yeah, so in the end, fear is good.
Fear is your friend here. Fear is your friend if you want to commit suicide. So
why does your life have meaning right now? What do you think is your purpose now? Do you feel like you can help people with your pain and that equals power? Or what is your last words before we cut it?
My last words is there.
Why do you value your life? And why you want to live?
Number 1, fear is your friend. Number 2, have the desire and belief to stay hopeful. Number 3, develop a good habit that you could do. Walk, pace, turn TV, go on Facebook, read a book, anything that will distract your mind. So, fear, desire, hope, and
what about faith?
Last is habit. develop a good habit to get out of it. And like I said before, as Kyle went on and on, I think fear is the number one thing that prevented me from committing suicide.
This is probably one of our best videos, guys. I feel like it is going to be. We always do the algorithms of what is it? Life is meaningless. I want to die, but we don't really believe that. Even though if you feel it, we don't want you to die. We don't want to die. Even though sometimes you want to just like strangle them, but
Kyle's upset with me. He gets angry. He gets frustrated. I mean, that's human nature. He's human.
I'm human. Like Loppy, and she died. Thanks everybody for. I cried about that. I don't want to put you in the freezer. That's wrong.
Because I'm human.
We won't have enough room for you and Dad.
Yeah, see, we even joke about death anyway, especially with our dad.
That's how we deal with it. So our twisted sense of humor helps us deal with life. That's too bad.
So you gotta find a way to deal with it, guys. And
for me, it's always humor, even if the worst, disgusting, vile humor. Maybe it's kind of mean, but in the end, what the fuck can you do? Until we can find a way to fix his brain, maybe fix my way of how I cope, and maybe my dad's back. In the end, we just need to find a way to feel better, that's all. Hang in there, guys. I don't know if there's anything else you want to say. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. This is one of our most important videos. This needs to have 1 million views, I'm telling you. Because I know a lot of people relate to this. We're going to be talking, we're going to be going to a game night tonight, doing another interview with a CAD, and we're going to just have fun. Try to have fun. Don't think about it all the time. Just try to have joy in your life. And we wish joy in your life. Hopefully you guys can find friends too. So take care, everybody. Love you. Bye.